Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another episode of Magic Duels. So today we are back with the Naya Tokens deck, but I just made a quick change to the deck as pointed out by somebody, by a few of you in the comments that I should have included Valor and Akros. I had actually completely forgotten about this card, and having pointed it out, I decided to add it into the deck. And as suggested by one of you guys, yes, the card to kind of be cut is a couple of copies of Explosive Vegetation. So we're now only going to be running a couple of them just for the little bit of mana fixing, and then we're just going to be running the couple of additional copies of Valor and Akros instead. So yeah, let's just a couple of changes to the deck, and we'll get started with some games now. Okay guys, for game number 1 today we're playing the rank 36 Foster Dustin, I believe that was. We will probably keep this opening hand. I've got the Foundry, yeah, I'm going to keep this one. I really need a red source if we find a red mana, but at the moment we're not looking too bad. I mean, I've got Declaration in Stone next turn, I've got Pious Evangel turn 3, I've got plenty of mana to start off with, so it's not too bad really. So hopefully we can just find maybe a red source to play one of our red spells. Would be quite nice. Okay, we're playing a very aggressive deck by the looks of things. We've already got, obviously got Goblin Glory Chaser down on turn 1 from our opponents. We won't be swinging with the Blisterpod. We do have a Maker Stand, which is quite nice. So just going to drop a Foundry of the Consoles. Don't really want to declare in stone that in, even though I can't actually do that anymore because I'm an idiot anyway. Should have dropped the Sunpetal Grove if I wanted to play Declaration in Stone, which I did not. Probably best to save it for later on in case he plays multiple copies of the same creature. So he has played a Goblin Arsonist, so we'll be able to block the Goblin Glory Chaser this turn, which we shall do if he decides to swing. Depends if he's got some kind of pump spell. He does not have a combat trick by the looks of things, so we're okay at the moment, guys. So we will be playing out the Sunpetal Grove this turn, and I think we'll just drop the Pious Evangel. Gains us 1 life, and will gain us 1 life every time a creature comes into play. So yeah, just going to skip attack. So at this point, I'm really just looking for a token generator. Maybe something like, okay, so we've got Avacyn's Judgment to come down, which I'm guessing is just going to be pointed straight at Pious Evangel. It's not the end of the world. It's eating a bit of removal. And this guy is mana screwed, which is good for us. We're just finding more mana. So, I mean, you know, in a couple of turns' time, we will be able to start affording to ping Westvale Abbey every turn. I'm really tempted just to declare in stone the Goblin Glory Chaser now, just because, I don't want to give him the advantage to draw a card and find a land, basically. So I'm just going to skip attack. However, we do have the Maker Stand, so in theory we could block the Goblin Glory Chaser and give our Blisterpod indestructible. But yeah, at the moment we're just basically trying to wait to draw in something decent ourselves. I mean, we've flooded out a little bit right here. We started off with, what, like 3 or 4 mana? You know, you wouldn't expect to draw into this much mana. Yeah, we've severely... This guy's mana screwed and we've flooded out, basically, at this point, which is kind of silly. So yeah, we're just going to skip attack and just, you know, hold open Maker Stand. So yeah, at the moment, I mean, we can crack the Foundry of the Consoles next turn if we need to. Okay, so we have played Thopter Engineer, so yeah, we really do need to crack Foundry of the Consoles regardless, and may decide to make a stand U, so we can't block the Thopter this turn. We will be able to block it next turn, however. Okay, so we've got another Maker Stand, which is quite nice. So do we want to declare that in stone? Not particularly. I really want to crack open Foundry of the Consoles, ideally, grab those Thopters, and then start working our way up from there. So we will have the Westvale Abbey to come down next turn, which will allow us to start... Oh wow, this guy has just got 3 mana and just gone completely off the rails. So we are just going to crack you open now. Which will give us 2 blockers for his 2 Thopters, so he's got to decide whether or not he wants to swing with those 2 Thopters. So he is swinging with the Thopter Engineer. We will allow it to go through as we don't give a crap about it. So we will just block his 2 Thopters, stop him swinging in the air. Saying that, I just made a mistake. I should have should have declared in stone those Thopters. That was a huge misplay from me. I really apologise about that, guys. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just declared in stone those Thopters. Oh my god, that is not the best start. I haven't played Magic in a few days, so you're going to have to excuse me for making some misplays. I'm a little bit out of practice. Didn't really have time over the weekend to play it. Yeah, I should have declared in stone those Thopters, as he wasn't investigated at all, because you only investigate if it's a non-token creature that gets exiled. So I could have got rid of both those Thopters, kept my Thopters open, and then wow, so this guy has just gone full swing attack mode at my face. So we're just going to block you, I think. Actually, let's drop ourselves a token now, which means we will be able to kill. Okay, so he's Titan strengthening that, which is not good for me. Have I Westvale Abbey too late here? Because yeah, I've declared too late here. That was a bit silly of me. So we did take rather a lot of damage there. We do potentially have a Maker Stand next turn to kill some of these. Okay, we have our own Thopter Engineer potentially next turn, so we're just going to skip attack. And then probably crack you for a red, get a Thopter Engineer down. We've got a couple of Maker Stands there. Yeah, that was a huge misplay with those Thopters. I should have 2 Thopters of my own right now, and we've now got a Pia and Kiran Nalaar as well. At least we can potentially exile these 2 Thopters upcoming, which is quite nice. So he's going to swing with a lot of things here. Okay, so we can't block them, but we will be declaring them in stone. So we're going to block you and block you. Or do we just double block you and then make a stand? And we'll actually kill the Thopter Engineer. Pause. Make a stand, thank you. Then what's he going to do? You can't do anything to save it, so that's going to die. You can then declare in stone you, and also play out my Thopter Engineer as well, which is good. So yeah, these 2 become indestructible, kill that. We then will grab our red mana. Thank you very much. Okay, so we do have a Dragon Fodder. So do I go for Thopter Engineer or do I go for Dragon Fodder? Dragon Fodder might be better here, as it will allow me to kill more of his creatures, potentially. No, we get 2 creatures out of it regardless, so because I want to play out Maker Stand, so I need to keep at least 3 mana open. So let me add this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I can't actually afford Thopter Engineer, so I think the best play here is to actually declare in stone you. Then we Dragon Fodder. And then we've got another Maker Stand to essentially wipe his entire board if he decides to swing with everything. Which is nice. So these will actually kill pretty much anything that he plays this turn now. So I'm almost glad I saved that declaration in stone now. Okay, he's got Rolling Thunder. Wow. Was not expecting that. Although, we can make a stand now, which will actually still make them indestructible. So he's just wasted a Rolling Thunder there. Tried to ping off 3 of my creatures. They are all indestructible and are still blockers for these creatures. Although unfortunately they don't hang around to block I don't have that. Oh my god, my brain is not working. I no longer have the Maker Stand to trigger it later on, but we will still be able to kill all of these with our 1 damaged creatures. Plus we now have our own what's I'm looking for? Hasted Thought to start pinging away at his life, which is cool. Can we actually trigger that? I don't think I can. I mean, I could. Can I actually trigger Ormondal, which could be pretty funny. If I get enough creatures, I will be tempted to do that. Do I do Ormondal now, get the lifelink, and then swing next turn? So we'd have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, that's probably not the best idea. I'm going to be honest. So we're going to block you, it'll block you, and then block you. So we're going to be almost wiped here. Saying that, let's just do everything here. Go clear his board. That Thopter's probably going to die. So he's just going to Goblin Arsonist my face. Okay, interesting choice. And then he's got Exquisite Firecraft, so we take another 4 damage. So we're down at 6 here. We do have Gideon though, which is quite nice. So we're just going to swing with both of these and then summon a token. Yeah, maybe we should have gone for Ormondal, but I don't know. We'll also... What I could have done there, I suppose I could have blocked all of his creatures and then triggered Ormondal after that. Would that have worked? I don't know. See what else this guy's got. Fiery Temper, so he's going to deal 3 damage. Unless he's got double Fiery Temper here, in which case we're just dead anyway. Well, that's annoying. So, lost to a red deck wins, so we'll see in a sec for game number 2, guys. Okay, guys, here we are for game number 2. Although we're now playing the AI, we will be. I'll figure out who we should have been playing in a second. This is quite a nice opening hand, so I'm going to keep this one. Okay, we don't know who we're playing because they disappeared before we could read it out. But yeah, in that last game, I think in hindsight I should have gone for Ormondal, just because I think that would have... what's what I'm looking for? What do we go for here first? We can just Cinder Glade. Maybe we should have gone for a mountain or a forest. Wouldn't really matter too much, I suppose. Yeah, in that last game, I think I should have gone for Ormondal and blocked with Ormondal, gained the 9 life, then swung with... Yeah, that would have been a much better play, unfortunately. But I didn't think it was the most optimal play, and then in hindsight, it definitely was. Okay, so we're just going to drop the forest and then a Dragon Fodder here. Probably going to go for Nissa next turn. Then maybe Hanweir Militia Captain. We've got Pia and Kiran, so we've got lots of ways of generating tokens at this point. Doesn't look like we'll be facing too much in the way of... so yeah, we'll go for the Sunpetal Grove here. We have Arlinn Kord as well, which is quite nice, so we're just going to drop Nissa. Do I -2 her or +1 her? I'm just going to +1 her, I think. Let's just skip attack for now. Could potentially block Serene Steward. Okay, so it's a so it looks like we're going for like a white and black life gain deck. I can see this being popular as both Hakim and Legend have both put out a black-white life gain deck this week, so I can see that being a little bit popular. I obviously did it a little while ago, but so what do I do here then? I'm thinking just Hanweir Militia Captain. So if we continue, skip attack, or do we go for Pia and Kiran for the Thopters? Now I'm going to go for grab that plant token, and I'm also grab Hanweir Militia Captain as well. I think I can always then Arlinn Kord next turn, which will allow us to give it trample. Okay, so we've got a complete disregard there. Okay, interesting. So I'm probably going to play out Pia and Kiran here, then -2 Nissa. Ooh, Thopter Engineer works out pretty well for me too, actually. Yeah, maybe Pia and Kiran next turn. So at the moment he doesn't have the 4 mana necessary to wipe my board. So do I just +1 or no? I'm going to -2 here. Let's be aggressive. There we go. So yeah, we're going to have to be pretty aggressive here to potentially avoid a Languish. So he's just going to block the plant token there. So yeah, drop down to 13. Like I said, if he gets the 4th mana, we know we're in trouble. So if he doesn't do anything here, I'm probably just going to drop Pia and Kiran next turn. Okay, so he's gone for the Vampire Envoy. But yeah, I think I'm going to drop you -2 Nissa again. Basically just go wide at this point. Like, go very, very wide. We'll hold back the Thopter Engineer, I think. So he can only block 2 of these. Say, for example, he blocks 2 of the 3 attack damage. How much are we pushing through? 2, 4, 6, 9? Yeah, we're pushing through a lot of damage here, put it this way. So he's just going to block 2 of our biggest damages going through. So he's down at 4. Moment, Thopter Engineer will survive Languish, which is quite nice. and he's gone for a Drana's Emissary, so he will gain a little bit of life back from this. Although we do have more than enough here to just swing for lethal, I think. I did say this was like the perfect... this was an awesome hand, and it only got more perfect the more it went on. So yeah, we're basically just swinging for lethal here at this point. Like, I can't see any other way around this. We're just swinging for lethal. You can only block 2 damage, so, you know, we've got more than that going through. Awesome, so that was a pretty good second game. Let's move on to game number 3. Okay guys, here we are for game number 3. We're playing the rank 25 Markov. I'm sure I've played this guy before. He's probably one of those guys who plays quite a bit. Yeah, this is quite a nice opening hand. So we've got Nissa, we've got Dragon Fodder. Shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, we'll probably go for... Oh, we've even managed to find ourselves a Westvale Abbey. So we'll just drop, you know, Mountain turn 1. Doesn't really matter what we play next turn, as it will allow us to play Dragon Fodder. So we'll probably want to play out Nissa turn 3 potentially, or maybe hold her back, I don't know. So we've got a Jace. So, don't know what kind of deck we're going to be playing yet. We'll play out the green here. Ooh, very nice. Nice to find Hanweir Militia Captain, which is pretty cool. So maybe I do want to play out Nissa just to give ourselves the option of a 4th creature to potentially flip Hanweir Militia Captain. It's all going to depend on what he plays out. So we're only seeing mono blue so far with a Jace, so not really any idea of what we might be playing. Do also have the Foundry of the consoles, so thrown away. Okay, we're playing Thopters, I would assume. Yeah, I'd assume we're playing humans, maybe. Oh, sorry, not humans, Thopters, what am I on about? Because yeah, we've got the Slayer's Pate, we've got the Gearper Gearcrafter, we've got the Foundry of the consoles, so let's play out the white here. Now, do I go for Nissa, or do I go for Hanweir Militia Captain? I'm going to go for Nissa this turn. You know, he's not got any red mana down, so I'm not really too bothered about removal quite at this moment. So we grab that bonus forest, swing for 2 damage. Then maybe think about playing Hanweir Militia Captain down next turn. And then we probably want our ultimate goal would be to get down Westvale Abbey, 5 creatures to trigger Ormondal. Well, at this point, if he's completely mana screwed for red, we might be okay for a little while. Yeah, might not play this out straight away, just to disguise the fact that we have a Westvale Abbey as like a plan. So he's attaching Slayer's Pate to Jace, which will make him a 4-2. Sorry, a 4-4. Wow, that's pretty terrifying, actually. That is pretty terrifying. So I'm probably just going to take 4 damage here. Unless he's just saving it. No, he's saving it as a blocker. Okay. Works for me. If that's all he's got, then I'm pretty happy with that. So he's going to play out another mountain here. I think we'll go for Hanweir Militia Captain or Pious Evangel. I'd love to be able to play out both this turn, but unfortunately I can't. I kind of want to get Hanweir Militia Captain down now. So what's he going to do? He can't do anything about it. He won't be swinging for obvious reasons. And yeah, we're just going to... is he going to tap down Jace? I'm assuming he'll tap down Jace now, because I've not swung. So at the moment, I'm kind of just working my way up to some of my win cons, which would be to flip Nissa, would be to flip Hanweir Militia Captain. So yeah, he's still not got any red mana, so it's interesting. If he doesn't get any red mana this turn, I would feel pretty happy with... Yeah, so he's had to tap Jace down, which is good for us, which means we can swing. I think at this point, he needs to get that red mana to actually start using his removal spells. Because if this flips, he's in a world of pain, basically. He's also managed to find himself a warped landscape, so... Search your library... okay, so he's able to finally find that red mana. Although at this point, is it too little too late? So yeah, he's got that red mana down, finally. So I think what I want to do is don't play out Pious Evangel. Reason being is I want to hold open Make a Stand. So if he tries to, what's I'm looking for, burn down our Westvale Cult Leader, we can just make it indestructible, which is quite nice. So we are just going to swing with everything here. Hit him for quite a bit of damage. We'll get Pious Evangel down next turn. We're not in a hurry to get him down. You know, he's a nice card, but we're not in a hurry. This will generate an additional token, which is quite nice. So he's watching damage effects because he's one of those Gimboids which decides that he likes to watch it. So yeah, we do have ourselves the Human Cleric here, which is quite nice. I mean, that would have triggered the Pious Evangel, but it's more important to potentially hold open a way of making our Westvale Cult Leader indestructible at this point. So I said he has now found that burn. And I just felt like that was more important. I mean, we could go for like a Westvale Abbey next turn, swing with an Ormondal. He's a 9/7, so if we could push through one more damage from any kind of source, we would be fairly happy in just sacrificing 5 creatures to form an Ormondal and then just swinging for lethal potentially. He is flying, lifelink, indestructible and haste. He's pretty crazy. So he has tapped down Jace again. So he has left us open for a rather large swing with Make a Stand. So he has actually flipped Jace. So he could give one of our creatures -2/0, isn't it? Yep. Which won't really help. So he's played like Gear Repair Gearcrafter, so we are probably just going to swing with Make a Stand next turn. We'll probably play out Westvale Abbey. So he's going to -2 Westvale Cult Leader, I'd assume. You know, he's going to -2 Nissa, okay. So we won't quite flip Nissa yet. So he has found himself a second red source as well. Okay, what do we want here? We've got Blisterpod, which is quite nice. I think we'll just play out Westvale Abbey. Do we have enough white? Yeah, we do have enough white open to play these two. So I'm going to play you out first. Grab that bonus life. Give our Westvale Cult Leader an additional point of damage. So he's going to swing directly at his face. See if he blocks. Well, he's going to have to block something. So he's going to block Nissa. And he's going to block Westvale Cult Leader. So we're just going to Make a Stand here. Makes everything indestructible. Kills off both of his creatures. Puts him down at 4. And yeah, so we do have the option for what's I'm looking for? Westvale Abbey, my bad. So this is the Westvale Cult Leader, this is Westvale Abbey, so we have the option to potentially summon an Ormondal with all the creatures that we've got. And what has he got in response, basically? I mean, he can crack Foundry the Consoles to block 2 of our creatures. So next turn, if you, for example, block one of these 2 and the Westvale... Oh no, he's actually gone for you, which again is just 2 creatures. Has he got any more creatures to block with? Because at the moment he can still only block 2 of our biggest creatures coming through, so it's still 4 damage coming his way. And he's got a Gite Blast that deals 2 damage to target creature, so he's just going to get rid of Nissa just before we're about to flip her as well. You're a mean man, you're a mean man. So what's he going to drop down? Pious Evangel is going to drop down by 2. So if we've got any form of pump, he's dead. I mean, he's got to block Westvale Cult Leader. There's like no if, buts or maybes about that. And then... we'll then be pushing through 3 damage. Not particularly good there, so I think we're just going to... yeah, we're just going to swing at his face. Marvellous. Probably play out Blisterpod and maybe then think about tapping down Westvale Abbey on his off step. So he's going to block 2 of our creatures. That one's not going to get destroyed, so he will go down to 1 health, however. So I think we can play out Blisterpod here, and we can also then tap you down on my on his end step to get ourselves additional creature. We won't have to pay the life penalty for it. Reason being is that we have the Pious Evangel, which counters that, which is quite nice. So yeah, these last 2 games have really demonstrated how this like Naya token deck is supposed to work. Like lots of token generation. So he's got himself an Abbot of Kerrol Keep. Yeah, lots of token generation, kind of swinging wide, trying to avoid sweepers. I mean, the moment I see black, I'm immediately concerned. Okay, he has a Twin Bolt, but not really too fussed by that. If he plays out Twin Bolt, he can't really crack Foundry with the consoles. Would kill 2 of our tokens and would put, you know, Westvale Cult Leader down at 5. We'd pump it back up to a 6 with Westvale Abbey. He's just decided that that is an unwinnable game. So yeah, awesome, couple of good wins there. First game was close, and he just got the slightly more aggressive hand. So he's going to get some lovely gold here. Couple of games with the with the red deck, so we're almost up to 10,000 gold, so well above what we need for Eldritch Moon, which is awesome. So at this point I'm already saving for Kaladesh, which is fantastic. And yeah, that is the Naya token deck. We didn't manage to see any of the Valor and Akroses come up, but you know, you add it into a deck and you're not likely to see it over 3 games. It's like we've got 2 cards in there. It's like a 1 in 30 chance of drawing it at any point. So yeah, we'll leave it here for now. As always guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.